Greetings, and here we are with another video. This is not a part of the typical wave structure I've been trying to do. However, I've been falling behind on various other areas, and I've been getting into new projects on the side, and I keep finding myself into whole new troubles. I've also been working on a replacement system for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, or replacement 5e fantasy system. Every time I start working on it, I get like a few minutes to an hour in, and all of a sudden I come up with a whole bunch of new ideas that don't belong in it, and I need to put that in another system or another set of systems. So now I've like bookmarked like 10 different systems. Like 6 of them are TTRPGs, like a few card games, and a few dice games, and a few board games. Like last New Year's Eve or something like that, I was playing board games, and I noticed that one of the board games would actually make a really good dungeon crawler system. So there we go. But anyways, neither here nor there. Here we go with Mad Scribe magazine, issue 3, October 2023. This is a fairly thick book. This actually was delayed somewhat in production due to printing issues that Mad Scribe had with a printer they had, and they managed to get over that issue. There are numerous people through this entire book that are been part of the TTRPG scene far longer than I ever have been, even dating back towards the early days. But also some of the new guard in the OSR scene, as well as the OS5R scene. So we have an excellent little article from Greg Gillespie on the barrel maze and his inspiration for various systems, such as other things he's worked on. We got Mark Tarantino, and we have all kinds of fun articles in here and advertisements for various people in the TTRPG scene, along with some really interesting dice in this book. I'm not going to show you every single page in this book. You get some articles talking about Q&As, these about various movies, these that are related to subjects. You got little comics in here for various creatures. Flipping a few more pages here. You got article from Grim Jim. He has a YouTube channel here on YouTube. I'm not going to show you everything. Article on various conventions. Ad for Avenger Satanis's books. Various music bands, board games, and other stuff like that. Article for more tabletop role-playing games with links to... I might as well just show you the whole... So here's ad for Sword and Caravan. Got some stories here from various people, from games they have played in the past. You got people in cosplay. Got some art, some mini painting here, as well as some other paintings. The paper is fairly high. I'm not showing you every single piece of artwork in here, but there is a lot of artwork in the book. This is a fairly TTRPG heavy issue, by the way, but it has some board games. No war games in this book. It's more or less Neo or third generation OSR games systems. So there we got that. These books, these magazines sell for $14.99, which is not a terrible price. Although I do miss the day of $5.99 and $9.99 magazines. Yes, I do. It's nice to have a magazine for TTRPGs. I grew up with Nintendo Power as my magazine of choice, and Cat Fancy. So there you go. This is, if you are a fan of the OSR scene, this is a buy. If you are a fan of modern TTRPGs that are not a part of the OSR scene, it'd be interesting. It is like if you wanted to spend a little extra money and see the next adjacent area over and learn some stuff. Okay, there's nothing really in this issue about war games. There is some stuff in here about board games, which would be interesting to the board game crew. But other than that, that's pretty much it. There's a bit of history on TTRPGs from olden days in here. So it's really hard to score these magazines because they tend to be like a mixture of different things from issue to issue. And the 4th issue is going to be arriving at my place soon. So there we go. We have a whole bunch of fun stuff in this book for you. From anything with an article from the RPG Pundit to an article about sex, drugs, and dice from Grimjam. So, better magic with the RPG Pundit, sex, drugs, and dice with Grimjam. And then you got a few other fun people like Greg Gillespie of Dragon Slayer, Louis Zocchi, Mark Timio, and Hilton Rez as Zombies with a Shotgun. So there you go. It's a fairly thick book. It clocks out at 87 pages. So there you go. If you enjoy artwork, there is also a fair amount of artwork in this book. Look, from various people. As I said, there's cosplayers, there's paintings, there's sketches, there's comics. There's usually a comic or two in each issue. And there's also some other fun stuff in there too. And sometimes there is even adventures that they include in these magazines, but there's none in this one this time. A story though, so there you go. So this is sort of a mixed situation right here. If you're an OSR, as I said, go for it. If you are in new TTRPG scene and you want to expand your horizons, I say, yeah, consider this. There's nothing war games in this issue, and there's basically just a few board games in it. So there you go. So thank you very much for watching. There's no score for this because it's really hard to score these things.